people, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing good. Wanjiko Mungai is my name, and welcome to the Life Confessions podcast, episode number 11. Guys, karibuni sana, and let me start this episode by actually appreciating the support that you guys have shown me so far. Guys, let me tell you, the last time I uploaded a video, I had 22 subscribers, and currently we are at 44 subscribers. Guys, that's something really worth appreciating. And the last video that I uploaded, episode number 10, already has 192 views. Thank you so much, guys, even for those who are sharing the link to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much, and I really see you and I appreciate you. Yeah. So guys, today's episode is an episode on boundaries, relationship boundaries, romantic relationship boundaries, yeah? Guys, and I know boundaries do not only exist for romantic relationships. We have boundaries when it comes to friendships, when it comes to families. I know there's so many boundaries, but for today, just allow me to focus on relationship boundaries, yeah? So guys, do you even know what a boundary is? So for me, a boundary is a clear line that shows where something ends and another thing begins, yeah? For example, a boundary can show where respect ends and disrespect begins, yeah? So guys, what are some of these relationship boundaries that exist, yeah? I have 7 of them. And guys, you're always welcome to, to interact with me and to add more boundaries on the comment section. Please interact with me and let me know if you actually have some boundaries in your relationship, yeah? So guys, the first boundary is that you actually have to find your own identity outside your relationship, yeah? I know sometimes when you get, when you get good partners, we tend to get away, we tend to get comfortable and forget about the people we were before we met our partners, yeah? So let me pose a question to the men. Man, do you actually still hang out with your friends to watch football, to watch sports after dating? Are you still hanging out after meeting the person you're dating? Are you still hanging out with the boys, or you dump them somewhere? And for the ladies, are you still going for those sleepovers, girls only sleepovers, girls only trips, girls only dates? Are you still doing that, or you dumped your friends that are not dating? Just let me know if you actually still hang out with your friends even after starting to date, yeah? And when it comes to having your own identity, you still have to focus on your personal goals, your personal exercise goals, personal career goals. Do not focus so much on the relationship until you actually forget that you had your own goals separately, yeah, before you met your person. And the second boundary, guys, is a boundary that says that everyone has actually a right to privacy, yeah? When I talk about privacy here, guys, I talk about phones, emails, finances. Guys, I know sometimes we tend to share passwords, our phones passwords, with our partners, but it doesn't mean sababu umepewa password that you have to wait for your partner to go to the washroom for you to start snooping their phones or their emails. That's their personal property, guys, yeah? And also, even when it comes to privacy, something else is that we are all entitled to, not to talk about our past traumas, our past sexual life. Guys, each and every single person is entitled not to talk about those things, yeah? So usipatie mtu pressure and they have to tell you these things, yeah? I hear people saying, that when you start dating, your partner has to tell you about sijui their, what do you call it, guys? The body count, yeah? I hear there are people who really, really like to know people's body counts, but that's their past, eh? And they're actually entitled not to tell you, yeah? So please, 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 guys, do not cross that line, yeah? Just let people's phones be, people's emails be, people's past be. Just let them, let them decide whether they're actually going to tell you about those things, yeah? Usi wasumbue sana, yeah? So the third boundary, guys, is a boundary on friendships, yeah? Guys, when you're dating, do you share your friends with your partner, or do you still hang out with your friends and you let them hang out with their friends? For me personally, I don't believe in mixing friends groups. Yeah, let each and every person stay with your friends, and may you work together to actually find more quality friends together. But let me tell you guys, Nairobi friendships, hey, they are very, very, very not genuine, if there's such a word. So guys, when you're hanging out with your lady friends, with your other friends, do not always tag your partner there. Sometimes they may even get bored, and we all know that there are some friends who do not actually have very genuine intentions. Guys, hey, zile mambo nimeona. I've seen so many friends breaking relationships, breaking marriages. So just protect your partner by all costs, yeah? And also on these guys, are you okay with your partner having so many friends of the opposite sex? Are you okay with your partner having a best friend of the opposite sex? Myself, I'm not okay with that. And are you okay with when your friend, when your partner goes out with with ladies, with gentlemen? Are you okay with that? I don't know what you guys think, but myself, I'm not okay. And feel free to engage me on the comment section and let me know what you think about over interacting your friends with your partner. Just let me know what you think about it. Yeah. And the fourth boundary, guys, is a boundary about differences. Guys, we are not all the same, yeah? Actually, differences are supposed to be complementary. And if you ask me, I wouldn't want to date someone that we are too similar, yeah? Like, for example, myself, I'm a bit extroverted and I'm a bit bubbly and very talkative. So, like, I would really, really want a partner who is introverted, someone who is calm, and I think that's why I'm dating such a person, yeah? Yeah, so guys, you should know that we cannot all be the same, yeah? And people might be different when it comes to sorry, to intellectual capacity. People might be different when it comes to upbringing. There's some people who are brought up in a very conservative manner, and there were some people who had very open-minded parents, yeah? So do not try to impose your way of thinking to your partner. Just learn to listen to them first, learn to understand the differences, and actually appreciate them, yeah? So guys, the other boundary is a boundary when it comes to family. Guys, let me just focus on in-laws for today, guys. Yeah, I know sometimes we can get lucky and get married in very good families, very stable families, very supportive families. But sometimes we tend to get married into difficult families. Some people that even look down on us because of our color, because of our skin color. Imagine, guys, like you saw what happened to Meghan Markle when she got married to Prince Harry. She got looked down upon because of her skin color. Imagine, guys, something you don't even have control over. We don't choose where we are born, yeah? We just find ourselves on earth. So guys, I know sometimes our in-laws can tend to look down upon us, sometimes thinking that we're not good enough for their children. But how can you actually support your partner? How can you actually draw those boundaries with your family? So the first thing that you can do, guys, to actually set boundaries with your in-laws is to act as a unified front. Guys, when you get married, stop using the I and start using the we, because it's two people that are coming together to be one, yeah? So that every time your parents or your in-laws or your siblings say hurtful things about your partner, let them know that you're also hurting you. They're not only affecting your partner, but they're affecting you as well, yeah? I think that's the only way you're going to actually make them not be mean to your partner. And after you become a unified front, you actually have to have empathy, yeah? Empathy means like putting yourself in the shoes of the person who's hurting, yeah? Would you actually want your in-laws to do that to you? So guys, you actually have to empathize with your partner, and instead of defending your parent for doing something wrong, doing something hurtful, you actually have to empathize and let your parents know that whatever they did to your partner, you didn't like it as well, yeah? And after you empathize with someone, you actually have to call out your parents for doing something wrong to your partners. You don't want your children to actually grow up seeing their mom being disrespected, seeing their dad being disrespected by the grandparents. Yeah, you cannot do that to your children, because you see, children believe in what they see as they grow up. Yeah, so guys, you actually have to style up your parents, do it respectfully, but let them know that they cannot continue doing things like popping into your house impromptu, unannounced. They cannot do the things that they used to do when you were single. Yeah, you have to actually let them know that there's someone else who has a say. Yeah, you actually have to let them know that, and actually let them know that they have to respect your spouse. And when they disrespect your spouse, they actually disrespect you as well. And guys, the other boundary is a boundary on sharing private stuff, private relationship stuff with outsiders. Guys, I know people talk about, I know best friends talk a lot, I know girls with their moms, I know men with their moms. You actually have to decide, what are you okay with? Yeah, what can we share outside the relationship? What can we share with our moms, with our friends, with our with the boys? You actually cannot be discussing everything with outsiders. A relationship is a game for only two people. Yeah, so you actually have to decide, what can we say, what can we tell others. There's some things that are so delicate. Yeah, that you can't go out there oversharing. Something like your sex life. Yeah, there's some people who talk about those things with their friends, like, Nani does not satisfy me, Nani does not do this, Nani does not do this. You can't actually go out there discussing such things. That's disrespecting your partner. Yeah, so things like sex life, things like finances, things like mental health, you cannot afford oversharing those things with outsiders, because some people, if you overshare information, some people are actually going to use those details against you or against your partner. So you actually have to sit down and agree what you can share and what you cannot share. And guys, the last boundary that I have for today is boundaries surrounding physical intimacy. And guys, when I talk about physical intimacy here, I just want to talk about a couple of things. Something like PDA. Some of us were brought up in very conservative families. Guys, to what extent can you show, can you display affection to outsiders? Like, for me, gosh, there's some things they can't do in the open. Yeah. So you have to actually decide what the other person is comfortable with and what the other person cannot do. Yeah, and also when it comes to physical intimacy, you have to actually decide on what you can do sexually and what you cannot do sexually. Guys, I know things have changed, times have changed, everyone is open-minded, but at the end of the day, what can you do sexually and what can you not do? What can we try and what can we not try? Yeah, sex is a very important aspect of any relationship, any marriage, and you cannot afford to go wrong on it. And guys, in when it comes to physical intimacy as well, you actually have to discuss infidelity. You have to discuss whether you can actually forgive infidelity. What are the consequences of infidelity? Can you actually forgive someone? What are you going to do if you catch your partner cheating? You have to discuss all these things. Yeah, because infidelity is such a deal, well, for me it's such a deal breaker, and I don't think I'll be able to forgive infidelity. But times have changed and people have become more open-minded. So let me know in the comment section, guys, whether you can actually forgive infidelity. And please, guys, let me know what you think about this specific episode, and actually let me know, guys, what are some of the boundaries you have currently with your partner? Are you actually following these boundaries? Has someone tried to break this boundary, and what happened? And for even those who are not dating, for those who are looking for people to date, please engage me on the comment section and let me actually know what are some of the boundaries that you actually have, and what consequences have you put in place for if the boundaries are broken. And guys, we've come to the end of that specific segment. And guys, as I mentioned the other time, we have another segment called the weekly motivation segment. So guys, the quote for today is a quote on boundaries, what we have been discussing, yeah. So the quote for today is a quote by a lady called Doreen Virtue. What did she say? She said that boundaries are a part of self-care. They're healthy, normal, and very, very necessary. Yeah. So make sure that you've set the boundaries. Make sure that you've communicated the boundaries with your partner, with your friends, with your family. Any kind of boundaries you have, make sure you've communicated them, yeah, so that each and every person that you're relating with can know that this is actually acceptable and this is actually not acceptable. And thank you guys for making time to actually come and watch this specific episode. And guys, please remember to follow me on Instagram at wanjiko__mungai, and as well at TLC Podcast KE. Also guys, we are on Spotify, we are on TikTok, each and every platform. Just go and look for the Live Confessions podcast, for the TLC podcast, and I'm going to really appreciate you following me and you subscribing. And that's it today, guys. Before the next episode number 12, please bring 2 of your friends, 3 of your friends, 2 of your colleagues, and let them know that Wanjiku Mungai is here with a very interesting podcast with great content. And let's walk this journey together. And guys, it's goodbye for now. Please take good care of yourself. Bye.